Hey you guys, it is Laura here, or the Iron Giantess on Instagram, if that's how you know me. Um, Today, I thought I would talk to you guys about what my initial few months of programming looked like when I was working out, and when I started on my fitness journey. This topic has come up a lot, but I wasn't quite able to really wrap my head around it. And then somebody asked me something in the comments today on one of my pictures, on my tea cleanse picture, and it actually really got me thinking. So it just go with me because I just read the comment like 5 minutes ago and my brain is swirling and I haven't thought any of this out, but I thought that we should talk about this. So what did my first few months of programming look like? The comment that I got was, when you were first trying to drop the weight, what worked best for you? Heavy lifting when I'm heavy doesn't work well for me. And that's something I realized I haven't really addressed, which is I'm so into heavy lifting. I love it. I'm passionate about it. I think everyone should do it. But did I start out trying to get 3 plates on a squat bar? No, I didn't even squat when I started. I didn't deadlift. I went into the gym and did a kind of like a bodybuilder's mentality of a workout, which was to do a lot of accessory work. Accessory work is things to target those specific areas. So I'd have like a chest and a back day, I'd have an arms day, I'd have a shoulder day, I'd have a legs day. I would do things that I knew would work those areas, but I wasn't training for specific lifts. I was training for an aesthetic, and I was training to lose weight and fill the areas that I did lose weight in with muscle. So yeah, when I started, I think I was doing cardio a lot. My program told I was supposed to be doing it in the mornings on an empty stomach or something like that, and that just doesn't work for me. If I go to the gym, there have to be people there. I have to be like excited. The day is needing to be shaken off, not started in the gym. If I go to the gym in the mornings, some people I know like spend the rest of the day and they're so happy and they're so excited. I go to the gym in the mornings and I'm like dead tired the rest of the day. I will sleep through a class, or I will just be tired and not be able to walk up the stairs. Like, so I definitely have to do my workouts at the end of the day for motivation and for physical reasons. And because at the end of the day, I can kind of take as long in the gym as I want. And when I go in the mornings, I feel quite rushed. But yeah, I was doing, when I first started, cardio, trying to get it in every day that I was in the gym. So that'd be like 5 days, a week. And I was supposed to be doing it probably for like 45 minutes, steady state cardio, because when you're heavier, it's hard to be expected to be like doing sprints. I remember the first time I got on a treadmill and was expected to do sprints, I was so scared because I grew up and I was like, I can maybe do 1 sprint and give you everything I have, and then that's it. So the first few months that I was in the gym, it was a lot of not elliptical, cross trainer. So it's kind of like the elliptical, but it's pushing you to go up higher, so you're kind of climbing. I completely avoided the stair stepper because I was positive I weighed more than it could handle. Like anytime I would get on it, the pedals would move so fast, and I wasn't confident enough in the gym yet to know that maybe wasn't about me, that it was about the machine. But hell, I may have been too heavy for it. I have no idea. But I avoided it like the plague for so long. I did some treadmill work, but I wouldn't run. I would set it at an incline, and then I would just walk, which is fine. That's a great exercise. Set it at a high incline and walk as much as you can. I remember when I first started at one point my program like demanded that I do uphill like treadmill walks. And I had to set it at 3. And at the time, like I apparently must have been avoiding the treadmill because that was brutal to me. It was like, if you're tired, you can drop to 2.5. And I was like, oh my God, I can't do this. Like I'm holding onto the machine. I'm like not going to make it through. I have no idea what's going on. And then now when I hop on the treadmill and I'm doing an incline, it's usually at 4.5 and I'm walking, or I'm throwing in a couple like jogs in there as I'm climbing. So do not expect that when you start, you're going to be doing the things that you do later down the road when you're more used to the gym and your body's more used to exercise. You definitely want to start off easy. You want to show up when you're supposed to show up, and you want to put in that work when you're supposed to, but you don't want to hurt yourself. You don't want to push yourself way past your comfort zone to the point that you're never going to go back. You want to do what's reasonable for you. So just an example of what you might do, let's say chest and back. So if it's chest and back day, I used to do, I think I started off with supersets when I was first starting. So that's like, you're trying to get your heart rate up, you're moving, you're not like taking your time. With my big lifts, I'll have a rest in there. Like I'll take like a minute for my heart rate to settle. In these, I just had to go. Like I had to go. So I do like lat pull down. So I don't know if you guys know, I'm hoping you do, but if you don't, any exercise that I mentioned that you don't recognize or doesn't sound familiar, Google it. That's what I do. Even if I'm in the gym and I get a new exercise and I've never heard of it, first thing I do, Google it. And I'll watch like a YouTube video that's 2 minutes long, and I will watch their form and I will get it down pat. And suddenly that unapproachable exercise that maybe somebody would have skipped is totally within reach and totally doable. So if you don't know an exercise, the best thing to do is always Google, hop on your phone. I know you don't want to be the person on your phone in the gym, but you also don't want to be the person who isn't exercising because you don't know what to do. There's absolutely no excuse for not knowing what to do anymore. The world is at your fingertips. So a lat pull down, you're going to sit down on your bench, you're going to grab onto the bar, wide stance grip, and you're going to bring it down and you're going to pull your shoulder blades together. It's all about pulling your shoulder blades together as you go down. And so you're going to do those, and I would do about like 12 to 15 reps, and I would do 4 sets, and I would superset that with something like, I didn't really know what I was doing, but I would superset it with something like dumbbell presses, which is lying on your back on a bench and just pushing like a bench press, but with dumbbells instead of a barbell. I would do things like close grip rows. So that's that long bench that you see that has a cable attached to the front of it, and people, let me see if I can get this any lower. Okay. And people will pull the handles like this and then pull their shoulder blades together, pulling the handles and pulling their shoulder blades together. I know it's super attractive to like watch me do these, but another thing, okay, then I would work that in with another form of bench press or something like that. So maybe I would do a decline bench or I would do an incline bench. So I would take one exercise that is a pull, so like a lat pull down, and then a perfect supplement for chest and back day is to do a superset of push exercises with your chest. So a lot of times if I'm doing a superset program, if I'm doing a pull exercise, the superset that I work with next will be a push exercise. So maybe I should break a superset means that instead of taking a break and stopping and waiting until you recover, you hit a different body part, or you hit a body part differently, so that you aren't just taking a deep breath and waiting it out. You are working a different muscle that maybe needed to be worked, and you're getting through your workouts faster, you're getting your heart rate up. It's a great way to do things. It's a little trickier once you're putting really, really heavy weights on the bar, but supersets are great. They're awesome. So I might do something like push-ups. You know what a push-up is. We all love them. Do them the way that you want. If you are heavier and it's harder for you, don't be afraid of the girly push-ups. Sometimes I just do the girly push-ups because I like them better. Yeah, I do. I love to do my push-ups against a bench, so that's like an incline push-up. This is kind of douchey. Let me see if I can. But I would go to a bench. I don't think I can do it on such a soft surface. This is a very cushy couch. But I'd go to a bench and I'd do my push-ups like that. Doesn't really work very well because I can't get my body straight on that fluffy couch, but you get the idea. An incline push-up is great if you're struggling with doing regular push-ups on the floor. So you can also use the Smith machine instead of a bench, and that means that you can change the height at which you're doing push-ups, which is fun. I think maybe I should show these exercises at some point in the actual gym, and so I just decided I will do that, but let's keep moving with other exercises. So things like something that's great for back is a dumbbell row. So, or you did seated rows, but you can also do a dumbbell row. So you go to a bench, you take a weight, pretend there's a weight in the sand, take a weight and you pull and drop, pull and drop. I'm about to go to the gym, so I'm a little bit eager. And then you can supplement that with something like chest flies. So weights out, bring them up, and just make sure you're targeting whatever body part you're working. So if I'm doing something like that, if I'm doing a chest fly, a lot of times I'll do those on a cable instead. And I will keep my second hand on whatever muscle I'm working. So if I'm doing a high elevated fly, I'll keep it right where it's supposed to be. If I'm doing a low fly, right where it's supposed to be, making sure that I'm targeting that muscle. And I'm not just putting the weight into like my back or somewhere weird. Like I really want to hit the muscle I'm talking about. Okay, I'm trying to talk quickly because I have the time on the screen and I'm realizing that to get through this whole workout, it's going to take it's going to be like a 15-minute video and I don't want to put you guys through that. But, okay. So then if I had like an arms day, easy, you've seen it. It's the douchey bro day in the gym. Something like a preacher's curl, which is where you sit on a bench. There's a little box. You sit on this weird pad and it drops your arms down like this. Do we know what I'm talking about? If you don't, Google it. First thing that'll pop up is how to do a preacher's curl. So I drop my arms, curl up, drop them all the way back down. I fully extend my arms, pull it back up. Preacher's curl. Then if you're doing arms, a great thing to do is superset your biceps with your triceps. So your bicep is here. Your tricep is this glorious area here that a lot of us worry about flab under. So I would do something like my curls. So you can do that on the preacher's curl. You can do it on your leg. You can do it on the back of a bench, anything. So just Google how you want to do your bicep curls if you don't know. And then I might superset that with something like a rope push down. So I'll walk up to the cables. I'll grab the ropes in front of me at a height that keeps my arms. See how my arms are bent up? My starting position will be almost straight. I'll push down and extend and widen my grip. I'm wearing pants, don't worry, you already saw them. Push down, widen my grip out, bring them back up. And I'm making sure all that tension is in the back of my arms. Then hammer curls are great. So a bicep curl is a curl with your hand like this. A hammer curl, your hand is going to come up like this. You're just going to bring that up, feel that squeeze in your bicep, release all the way to the bottom. You want to make sure you fully extend your arms. Okay, that's really important. Then another thing to do with your triceps, you can do, I would not do skull crushers right off the bat. Skull crushers they took me a little while to get comfortable with, but if you are, go for it. So you lie down on the bench, arms like this, barbell in hand, elbows relatively close together. And you're going to drop it to your face. Not really, don't hit your face. That's why they're called skull crushers, because they could, if you wanted, drop it and kick. And if you see, you're kicking and you're feeling that in your arms, kicking. It's great. Another thing to do instead of that would be just go back to the cables, get something like the metal, it looks like a metal V. Grab the metal V, do the same push downs that you were doing with the rope, but these are more standard. You don't have to push out. You just kind of hold on to the V and push down. Something else. Okay, you can do as many curl types as you want, but you don't have to go crazy. Another thing for triceps is bench dips. So you go to a bench. You guys, everything I'm saying is Googleable and should be Googled. I would advise, I am not a fitness coach. I would advise Googling everything I do. I really don't think I can do a tricep dip on this couch. Well, it's so squishy. I've never complained about that. Down, down, down. That's all you gotta do. Do that. I'd say on arms day, I would still be doing supersets of about 12 sets for 4 rounds or so, maybe 15 sets, you're doing 12 reps, not sets. That would be a lot of work. Yeah, and then 15 reps on certain ones, just depending on how you're feeling. Bench dips, work your way up. I think when I started doing dips, like I was like at 10, I was done. Now, like I'll probably do 30 and then do that for a couple sets. Whew. Okay, and then leg day. So leg day is a huge day for me now. I love being strong. I love feeling strong. I will squat any day that you ask me to, a deadlift, a leg press, but I didn't start out that way. So things like leg extensions. These are things you can do on the machine, okay? Leg extensions, hamstring curls, those are good. Do like 4 sets of 20, 4 sets of 15, whatever you can handle. Try and finish your sets. So you want to set your weight where the last couple of reps are difficult, but not impossible. So when you're starting off, that could mean 20 pounds. For me, like I was weirdly strong when I started, and I put way more weight on in the beginning than I did in the middle of my journey. So I would go in there and I'd be like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna like do a leg extension with 140. And it would be no big deal. But I don't know why I could do that. I think it was because I had body weight on me that made it easier. But yeah, I definitely, as I started to lose weight, realized that my abilities in strength started to decline and then started to decline. And then I've built that strength back up. So when you start, just go to the zone where you should feel like you're pushing yourself. You should be out of breath. You should be tired, but you should not be hurting things and you should not be quitting before the set is over, okay? Other things to do. Leg press. Get on the leg press. I posted a video today and I was locking my knees, obviously, because it was like not a pretty set. But get on there. Do not lock your knees. Push as much as you can. Don't go crazy. When I started, I used to slap on like 6 plates. Same situation. Slap on 6 plates on each side and I had it. And then I'm just now working back up to that weight. And it's been like a year and a half of training. Squats. Start if you can. I did not go near the squat rack for the first like 10 months of my journey. I used bodyweight squats. I picked up a dumbbell and like I worked so hard with squats, but a lot of it was picking up like a 110-pound dumbbell, holding it between my hands and goblet squatting, or standing on a platform, 2 different platforms, dropping that weight really, really low and then pushing back up. So you're gonna take your weight in front of you. I'll do this at the gym someday, but take your weight in front of you and you just want to drop it between your legs, go low and push back up. And you can do that bodyweight squats until you have it handled. Google your squat form. Get your squat form early on, honestly. Like if you can get your form right, it makes life so much easier as you train. So yeah, you can do that with your body weight. You can do that with dumbbells. Yeah, and leg day, I also used to do things like the hip abductor. I did a lot of things I saw on Instagram that at the time people thought I was a weirdo. And I know this because later they would bring it up. They'd be like, okay, you were the fat chick that was like using this machine. And I'm like, yeah, thanks. But now my ass is like, can lift way more than you can because I worked hard and I didn't give a shit. Oh, excuse my language. I didn't care what people thought. I did. I mean, I could feel it. I could feel the stares. I know we can all feel the stares. We feel a little bit embarrassed, but I knew that I was going to kick ass way harder than any of them. And that gave me the confidence to kind of keep pushing. Plus, like, if you want to watch me work out, okay, that means you're not working out hard enough. Okay? If you're watching me to make fun of me, then you need to work out harder. And if now you're watching me to learn how to do something, go for it. Look away. Come on, check it out. But yeah, if you're nervous about people staring at you, block it out, use it, channel it into your workouts. So last body part that you should probably be working is your shoulders. I've been slacking on shoulders. But some easy things to do are sit in a chair, back supported. You want to use probably, when you're starting off, a bench with a little bit of a back support. And you're going to dumbbell shoulder press. So you're going to take your dumbbells. It can be light. It can be 15 pounds. It can be 60 pounds. Whatever you need. And you're going to just push up. So your arms are here and you push up. Dumbbell press. Who would have thunk it? That's a shoulder press. Lateral raises and Other raises. I hate them. So you take the weight in your hand, drop it down to your side, and raise your arm. You're squeezing right into your shoulder. Squeezing right into your shoulder. And if I'm using just one arm, I will always hold the muscle that, I know that's probably really bad, but I like to feel it working. So I will always push through that. I hate them. 4 sets of 12, 4 sets of 15. I hated them when I started. That was like one of those that I was like, 4 sets of 12. Okay, here's 4 sets of 6. Like, I was not into it. You can also do front raises. So, same technique, but your arm is in front of you. It's hard to tell. Let's go like this. Your arm is in front of you. Drop down. Push up. Beautiful. Beautiful. Same thing. 4 sets of 12, not 20. 4 sets of 12 and you're good to go. Other things to do. Upright rows. Yuck. I don't love shoulder day anymore. Upright rows. So you drop the weight in front of you, standing tall, and just bring it up. You're bringing it up like this. You're always pulling in with your shoulders on shoulder day. Who would have thunk? Yeah, so that's 20 freaking minutes of me talking about working out, but that is what I started with. It wasn't focused. It wasn't about who I was. The great thing about bodybuilding techniques when you're in the gym is that they kind of you just pick your weight and you do what you want. You do what works for you. Supersets definitely are big, I think, when you're starting to lose weight because they keep your heart rate up and they don't require a lot of weight, which is nice because you're just starting out. You're just learning form. You don't want to be putting so much weight on you that you're going to hurt yourself. So definitely go to the gym. Supersets are great. I would say on average, for each of those, you could get away with building a program for what I just said with 4 sets or 4 rounds of supersets, 4 sets with 12 reps in every one of those exercises, and pick 2 exercises. Pick 2 exercises in a body part. Like, let's say chest, pick 2 exercises, lat pull down and a dumbbell press, okay? Both exercises, you're going to do you're going to do 1 set of 12 of each of those. So 1 set of lat pull downs, 1 set of bench, okay? Then I'm going to take a couple seconds, deep breaths, and then I'm going to go back and I'm going to do that 4 times. So 1, 2, breathe, 1, 2, and I'm going to just do 4 rounds. So 4 sets of 12 reps, okay, for each of those exercises, and superset them together to get your heart rate up. It's going to be fantastic. You're going to kill it. Yeah. So here's the thing. It's something I want to talk about really, really quickly. There is so much information online, and people ask me every day, how do you get started? Like, I don't know anything to do. My computer is full, chock full of free articles and programs that people have published in magazines and online and websites. And I keep them all because you never know when you're going to want to switch things up or learn something new. But yeah, you guys know that if you go into like muscle and fitness or even like women's health, Cosmo, I think, does like weekly, whatever. I don't know how often they come out, like a month. But they do free workout programs in there. And if you're doing anything, that's better than nothing. So get in there, find a program that works for you, kick ass for a few weeks, try and do your program for a month. That's it. Do it for a month and then switch it up and try something new. But never just do it for a week and be like, it's not giving me results. It's not going to in a week. A lot of times with a program, like I'll do like, the first week I'm getting used to the activities. The second week I'm putting weight on the bar. The third week I'm like killing myself. And by the 4th week, I got it. Like I know it. And I always hate that because by the time that I feel like I have a handle on my routine, I have a new routine. But they work. If you stick with them for a few weeks, a few months, like you're going to make serious gains, dude. And supersets are great for when you're starting off and you're a little bit overweight or extremely overweight, as the case may be, whatever. But show up, do the work. You got this. Working out is not hard. The internet is full of free information. If you have questions, if you have questions about a little bit more about how I got started, and you need like a more of a personal touch, go ahead, shoot me an email. My email is linked on my Instagram. It's just theirongiantess@gmail.com. I know it's pretty inventive, but yeah. But try and like, there's so much information out there, and it feels so good to find it on your own too. And I, again, have to push that if you're in the gym and you're confused, even if you're embarrassed to get on your phone in front, go to the bathroom, go to the locker room, Google all the exercises that you're going to need for the day, open tabs for each of them. And then as you're working out, you can just flip to that tab and be like, oh yeah, this one. Okay, I got this. Like, come on, you got this. You got this. And if you don't have it, look it up, learn it, and now you do. Okay, so I will talk to you guys soon. Hopefully this helped a little bit. Comment down below, all the YouTube stuff. Like, subscribe, send it to your friends. Send it to your grandma if she's thinking about picking up personal fitness. Okay, bye guys.